nationally renowned poet, no tea, no shade, just got accolades on accolades. Happens to be in New York because they are here for grad school. Happened to just come as an audience member, and I happen to know her credentials, so I was like, okay, you get on the stage. So it's really a special treat. Just another friend that I was like, hey friend, you brave enough to get in front of this crowd? And they were like, okay. And I really appreciate my friends for letting me be that bitch that really nudges the birds out of the nest. Y'all make some noise right now for Asia!
I'm pretty loud. Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah. Bet. Hi, boo. You sound familiar. But I can't see. The body is a metaphor. The body is always a metaphor. But what comes first? The body or the metaphor? Like, was my black body created to be a physical representation of pain? Or was a state of suffering created to give this body a name, to make it black, call it woman? The body is a metaphor, but is the body really a body if there is no metaphor? If there is no man to tell me when to reproduce? If there is no officer to gun me down? What comes first, the pain or the poem? If a black girl writes a poem about something other than suffering, does she really make a sound? You don't hear her when she talks about it anyways. What comes first? The revolution of the revolutionary. Does a revolution call upon the body and make it a movement? Or is the body already an uprising waiting for a cause? Does movement make a sound if a white person does not hear it? Does it actually exist if it's not led by a man? Is my pain real if it's not felt by a white woman? Question. If you know my name only because you know I suffered, but you never hear me suffering, then do I actually exist? Or is this body a metaphor for nothing? For the absence of whiteness? The absence of value? Does a black man really love a black woman if she does not die for him? Or is black love only defined by how much of ourselves we give up to protect you? When does my body get to be a metaphor for love? Do I ever get to give this body a name? Call this casket home? The body is a metaphor, but when does my body get to be a literary device for something other than grief? Sometimes I think the earth shakes when the ocean swallows another body. It's Mother Earth's way of saying someone else has gone the way of the sea. Most days, this little black girl finds herself on the shore, sure that one day the earth will shake for her too. Knows that the ocean has swallowed more black bodies than this girl can count. That the ocean taking a black child is the kindest ending I may find. We become the sea when our bodies are swallowed by the water. I think it's why white men like to kill us. They get to watch the rivers flow from our body. If you ask George Bush, a hurricane is black on black crime. That's why he sent no aid for Katrina. He said we did it to ourselves. To drown is to die through submersion in and inhalation of water. But I think drowning is reserved for those who are actually allowed to swim, those whose lungs were cleared before they were pushed in the pool, those whose arms are not tied down. Black people cannot drown because we were never allowed to swim. Like when a white hotel manager pours acid into a pool, we made a protest. Or when a white cop pins a little black girl to the ground for not leaving a pool party fast enough, holds her until it is hard to breathe. The first time I was pushed in a pool, a man said, "Baby girl, it's time to sink or swim," but my body does not become a buoy. My mother watches as I fight my way to the surface. If all of us are thrown in like this, it's no wonder we never really learn how to swim. White children are born with a life raft, where we are lucky if we learn to keep our heads above the water. When the sea swallows a black girl, there is no sound, no thunder, but when a white girl falls off the boat, there is always a storm, and lightning strikes every hour until she is found. I like to think the little black girls who go missing found Atlantis, but I know there is no safety at the bottom of the sea. Hell, there is no safety here on the shore. There's only waiting, watching the waves crash upon the shore and swallow all of us whose dark skin this world mistakes for an anchor. I wonder, will there ever be an ark for us again? All the niggas I know wouldn't even get on the ship. Last time we got put on a boat, the Atlantic put a rope around our neck. Those that jumped ship did not drown, they just became the sea. Became a burial ground for all the niggas who was, oh shit. What happens? Niggas text you in the middle of your poem. Those that jumped ship did not drown, they just became the sea. Became a burial ground for freedom, a burial ground for all the niggas swallowed by the flood, all the niggas baptized by waters and fire hoses. God helped Moses split the sea for his people, but when will the water part for us again? White men colonize bodies of water and say they are God and they are the moon, so they control the current. And we are swallowed by the tsunami of the white world, and we just become still. And black people just become the sea. Thank you.